interesting to see who has the advantage. Oh, big left hand. Wow.
Oh, runs into another
punishment. Top position time, nearly 10 minutes for Makhachev.
He'll go get it. There it is. He's got the arm.
And there's the tap.
Another big finish.
Throws arm to the side to create some space. Oh, nice.
They're off of his back.
Look at the shoulder pressure, though. Look at Dover's face. Oh,
Ambitious call out. So lovely slip straight to
Lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
The new king of the lightweights, Islam Makhachev, won his first ever title against the formidable Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira. Some have dubbed Islam as the next Khabib Nurmagomedov, with only one loss in his quest for UFC greatness. Some think that the lightweight division will be ruled by Islam for a very long time. Some think it's only a fluke. What do celebrities and fighters really think about the upcoming superstar, Islam Makhachev? Well, for his personal coach and trainer, from whom he gets most of his skills, Islam is the next big thing.
They talk about Islam number 5. Islam is the best in the world. He is not number 5.
Khabib even said that Islam is just the real deal, even if they were kids.
We're going to same school with Islam, and he was younger than me, like 3 years. And it was like in gym, they go to the one tournament in other city. He's like small guy, like 24 kilo, you know, it's like he come back with gold medal, you know, it's like.
Islam always had his maximum potential, and now he is the best lightweight fighter in the world. Khabib also added that Islam can fight with different types of fighters. He has no weakness in his fighting style.
He can with boxer he can box, with striker like kicker he can kick, like wrestler he can wrestle, like he good everywhere.
But even though Islam and Khabib have always been compared, with Islam being the Khabib 2.0, lightweight fighter Daniel Barrios thought otherwise. That Islam has a style of his own and he is dominating the division using it.
The new coming of Khabib, the Khabib 2.0.
And striking, and then we'll get that one shot, and that one shot will put you, and then he'll be able to hold you. So they're not that similar, in my opinion.
Recently, Islam got his title via submission against Charles Oliveira. Many fans and fighters have taken notice of Makhachev. He proved many doubters wrong, including UFC legend and Hall of Famer Michael Bisping.
Yeah, look, listen, Islam was incredible. Islam, I mean, I think it's true. It might be true. They all said that he's the better version of Khabib. Of course, Javier Mendez and Khabib says, I don't think I see anyone taking that belt off him anytime soon.
Even the former heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier thinks Islam will hold the title for a very long time. He is a special fighter.
But right away, you could see that these guys were very special.
Daniel Cormier, known for his world-class level of wrestling, praised Islam for his impeccable ground game. No one can compete with Islam's wrestling in the whole lightweight division. He is a generational fighter.
And this guy is on his way to becoming a very dominant champion.
Even the rising superstar from the bantamweight division, Sean O'Malley, knew that Islam was a problem from the get-go.
Islam's an problem, dude.
Islam blasted his way up to the lightweight division. He defeated them all and cruised his way to the top. What do the other lightweights think about Islam? One lightweight that has a good ground game, Michael Chandler, admitted that he underestimated Islam's skill after Islam won against Oliveira.
Man, fighting is a crazy thing. I thought Oliveira was going to beat Islam. I did. I said that. I went on record, and I still stand by that. That was my prediction. Predictions can be wrong, obviously.
Tender for the lightweight title, Dustin Diamond Poirier, was asked what he thought about the upcoming star Islam Makhachev. He laughingly said that he did not know who the guy was.
A youngster named Islam Makhachev wanted to fight you. No interest?
I'm not sure who he is, but yeah, he can get his ass whipped too, man.
But now the guy he did not entirely know won the title, and Poirier was surprised by the performance of Islam.
What was your reaction to him losing the title to Islam?
I was surprised. You know, I didn't have a dog in the fight, but I thought Charles was going to get it done. But congrats to Islam, he's a world champ.
He is now giving his props to the new lightweight champion. Real recognizes real. Another lightweight that is surprised by the win of Islam is Justin Gaethje. as he said before the title fight that Islam has absolutely no chance of beating Oliveira.
I'm 100% confident that Islam will not dominate Charles.
After the fight, he switched gears and gave Islam the credit he deserved.
It was impressive. It was dominant. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't surprised he won at all. I mean, I was surprised that, he dominated in the way that he did. Yeah, it was.
Even the fighters from other divisions have come to notice the new king of the lightweights as they shared what they think about Islam Makhachev. Kamaru Usman jokingly said that someday they will meet in divisions, in weight, and then they will fight inside the octagon for a title.
If you have belt, me you fight.
You come off with the fight.
Big. No, middleweight, you middleweight.
Even the retired middleweight fighter Mike Swick thinks highly of Islam. He even said that Islam might be the only fighter in the UFC to ever have a chance to defeat Hall of Famer Khabib Nurmagomedov.
If there's anyone that could possibly beat Khabib or put up a great match or catch him or something, we always felt it was going to be Islam.
Many fighters are impressed by the rapid growth of Islam, and former light heavyweight fighter Anthony Smith talks about how Islam has the greatest fundamentals.
You know, you see someone come up and you're like, well, I think maybe this guy will give him a problem, or maybe this guy will give him a problem here. But he is just basic fundamentals. And
Smith described how Islam is fundamentally sound and very patient when fighting inside the octagon.
Is technically proficient on the top and he's very slow, he's very patient.
He is a fighter that is very hard to beat. Before Islam became champ, many fighters and analysts thought that the contender for the lightweight title, Dan Hooker, was his first true test. But Islam proved everyone wrong, and Chael Sonnen gave him props.
I thought that was going to be a long fight. Seeing Islam's one time in a 5-round fight and seeing that he made it into that 20-minute mark, I wasn't sold. I was sold on this as a damn good fighter, and I'm not convinced he's not the best fighter out there.
Islam finished Dan Hooker with a Kimura in the first round. Islam then talked to the press and gave them a savage response.
Bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
The fight was so easy that he did not even break a sweat and no longer felt the need to take a shower after the fight.
I feel very happy because I don't have injury, not sweating. I don't need to take shower after fights, you know.
After that fight, Islam went on and fought Bobby Green. Islam then went on and TKO'd Green once again in the first round. After that, Green described in an interview how Makhachev operates inside the octagon.
Okay, I got it now. So what they do is they do this little thing where he's so patient, he's so strong, and he just goes little, and a little until he gets right where he wants to be.
Now, if you're a fighter in the UFC, there is one man you mostly need to impress. The one who does the fights, the owner of the UFC, Dana White. And here is his thought about the current lightweight champion, Islam.
When I went up into the octagon after Khabib said, I told you he's the best in the world.
Rogan said in his podcast that Makhachev is an unbelievable fighter. He is impressed with Islam, especially the way he handled Oliveira.
I was always impressed with him. But the fact that he got on Oliveira and mounted him and then submitted him with an arm triangle, head and arm choke like that. Ooh, he submitted the guy with the most submissions in the history of the sport.
Joe Rogan was impressed with how good Makhachev's squeeze is. He described how Islam made Oliveira tap that fast. That dude is on another level.
Holy crazy, man. The moment he gets to the side, watch this pass, clamps it down.
Fast.
In a podcast with Sugar Sean O'Malley, Joe emphasizes that the UFC tapped Oliveira, who has the most submissions in the history of the UFC.
That's
Charles just taps.
Yeah.
The most submissions in the history of the UFC. And he taps like that.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan think that the lightweight belt will be in the hands of Makhachev for a very long time. After the title fight, Islam's camp switched gears hastily as Khabib himself calls out the featherweight champion and reigning pound-for-pound king, Alexander Volkanovski.
He finished Charles. Now is our plan. Fly all the way to Australia and fight in pound-for-pound king backyard with Volkanovski. Let's do it.
Alexander Volkanovski.
I didn't see this short guy. Bring him here.
In UFC 284, Makhachev and Volkanovski will face off for pound king status. What does Volkanovski think about the new lightweight champ? Volkanovski is excited for the Islam fight. He knew that the best guy to fight at this point is another fighter who is in his prime and at the height of his career, Islam Makhachev. Call him Khabib 2.0 or anything, but there is no denying that Islam is a champion. And for him, this is just the start of his reign among the lightweights.